Hello, DM Scotty.
Hey.
How are you? How are you doing today? You're all good?
I am fantastic.
Amazing. Amazing. Fantastic. Well, thank you for joining me today for your Dicey discussion.
Glad to, yeah.
How are you feeling about the questions ahead?
We'll see.
We'll see. So you're familiar with the format. There will be 100 questions.
I am, yes.
Excellent. So 100 questions, I'll ask you to roll a D100. 50 of the questions are D&D, hobby, TTRPG related. 50 are not. So you might go the whole interview without any hobby related questions.
I get the real personal details.
Yeah. So we have the questions here. As you can see, they are all random. We like to do things fast on the channel, so it will be a time limit of 30 minutes.
But I like to ramble.
No, well, that's fine. You can ramble.
Oh, no.
So, are you ready to go?
Yes.
You've got your D100.
Yes.
Yeah, you had to check. Excellent. As long as you've checked. That's brilliant. So, the time starts now.
Roll my first number.
Roll your first one. Let's go.
Here we go. I got a 76.
You got a 76.
Yeah.
Do you collect anything that isn't TTRPG related? So any other collections?
Oh, yes. I actually collect board games also. I have quite a selection of board games. I have a lot of people that, when we don't have time for the tabletop role playing, I use board games. Now, I used to play a lot of war games, but I find that I want that time that I would spend playing hours and hours on a war game. I'd rather spend hours and hours on a tabletop RPG, right?
Yeah.
Just my tastes have kind of changed as I've gotten older. So, but yeah, I collect board games and I have quite a few. My wife would say too many.
My best friend's the same. Do you have a favorite board game?
Boy, there's so many great ones. I did the Kickstarter for the new Dark Tower because I had the original Dark Tower. I'm an old man, so I had the original Dark Tower when it came out. I loved it as a kid, and the new one does it a lot of justice. It's really, really cool. It runs on an app instead of the tower itself, but the tower does different things. Yeah. It's really fun.
Good times. Cool. Let's get another roll in.
All right. Let's see what we got. We got 32.
32.
Yeah.
So it's usually at this point that I ask, are you familiar with bingo?
Yes.
And bingo calls?
Yes.
Excellent. So 32, buckle my shoe. Usually they rhyme, or it's a dozen or something, or, it'll be something along those lines. So, next question. What's the best or worst chat-up line you've ever heard? So I guess in America it would be, what's the best or worst pick-up line that you've ever heard or used?
That I've ever heard or used.
Heard or used. There is the option. So
well, I ended up dating my friend's cousin, and I told her she had to date me because I knew her cousin.
and it worked?
And he said that we would get along.
Okay.
So it has to work, right? He's known her for all his life, and he's known me for a good chunk. And he's like, you two would be great together. So now we're married.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So really that was the ultimate chat up line.
It was, and it worked. And we were going to get married 12/12/12, but I don't know if you remember that year. That's when the Mayan calendar was going to end.
Oh, yeah.
The end of the world was supposed to happen. So we had an apocalypse wedding. So we did 12/21/12 instead, because that was the end of the Mayan calendar.
That was the end of the Mayan calendar.
To protect each other through the zombie apocalypse and not kneecap each other and all that.
Cool. Brilliant. Excellent. That is a great answer. That's probably my favourite answer so far. Okay, so let's get another roll. Let's do this, DM Scotty.
All right, roll again. We got a 54.
54.
Yeah.
Clean the floor, 54. Mm-hmm. What one thing did you get told the most as a child?
That, we're not worried about your academic performance because you're artistic, and so you can find other ways.
And here we are now.
Here we are. You're never going to be a great student, but hey.
But you're really creative, so you'll get there eventually. You'll get somewhere.
All my teachers would tell my parents, they'd be like, "Oh yeah, Scotty's super creative, and like, don't worry about him, he's good. I was a C student, but I was like, don't worry about it, he's good." But actually, as I got older, more into high school and stuff, I ended up becoming like an A B student. But earlier in my when I was a child, I was a little more interested in drawing than I was. I wasn't what was going on in class.
Maths and English and all of that. That was exactly the same. Just and I ended up in recruitment, so here we are. So let's get another roll in. Let's do it.
All right, yeah. I got 30 exactly.
30 exactly. Dirty Gertie 30. What is your favourite word?
Moist.
Moist. That is a polarising decision.
Because it always puts people off.
It really does. That's usually the top of people's list. It's up there.
It's
moist.
Moist.
You heard it here first, guys. Oh, brilliant. Excellent. Well, I think we'll leave that one there. Let's get another roll in. Let's do it.
All right. We're tearing it up. 50 exactly.
50 exactly. Okay. Half a century, 50. How long do you think you would survive alone in the wild?
When do you starve to death? After 3 days?
I think. Oh no, starving I think is weeks, isn't it? I think. I don't know. I could be wrong.
think the water thing. If you have water, you can survive like a week.
Yeah.
But without food, I think it's more like 3 days.
3 days.
That's about it.
So 3 days. So if you've but if you've got water, then a week.
Yeah, I might survive a week unless a wild animal got me.
There's lots of factors, but at least you're honest about it.
I am not an outdoor person.
No, not at all.
I don't like the outdoors. I don't. This is like I am not one of those people that wants to go camp. Oh, let's go camping. So I can get murdered by bitten by bugs and be uncomfortable the whole time and sweat and
all of the worst things you can possibly think
exactly,
of.
Exactly. I like
cooking food and
I like my comforts.
You like your comforts. That's fair. I noticed we haven't had any hobby-related questions. This is a good run. I'm loving this. So let's get another question. Let's see if we get a hobby one.
All right. 62.
62. Tickety-boo, 62.
Tickety-boo. I was going to put something with boo. Tickety-boo's better.
So, what do you hope is in your future?
What do I hope is in my future?
Yeah.
It would be nice if, this kind of writing thing this little writing hobby that I've taken up, actually
just little writing hobby.
Pay the bills. Pay the bills.
Yeah. Well, it's doing all right, isn't it? It's
Yeah, I mean it's doing well. I'm surprised. I mean, of all the thousands of tabletop games on drive-through, being the top 0.001% in that group, that's who would have ever thought that the game would touch people that way or resonate with people.
Yeah, I mean it really helps that it's good. I mean,
well, thank you.
That's.
You always hope that it's good.
You've sort of covered that aspect of it, so
right.
I think it's going to go great guns if I'm honest. Cool, excellent. Well, I hope that for the future as well, having played the system. And for those who haven't, go out and check out Easy D6 because it is
Thank you.
absolutely brilliant.
Oh, thanks so much.
Yeah, so let's get another roll in. Let's do it.
All right. I got a 24.
24. 2 dozen. It's one of the dozens. So, if you knew you could get away with a crime, what would it be? And how would you do it? You don't have to give too much away.
Right. But I've been working on this master plan my whole life.
Ruined it in one interview.
It would have to be some kind of money heist, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
Would this be a money heist just for you, for your gain?
Right.
Which is fine. Yeah? Cool. Yeah, no, that's fine. Because we've had that question before.
I wouldn't want to hurt. I'm not the kind of person that likes to hurt anybody, so I wouldn't want anybody to get physically hurt. But like, if there's some way I could finagle that money,
Sure.
That would be it. I had the ultimate way to do it,
Yeah,
I guess
absolutely.
that's the one it would be.
Yeah. Brilliant. Cool. Good answer. Let's get another roll. Let's do it.
You got it. 65.
65. Old age pension.
Oh.
So 65 is traditionally the retirement age in the UK.
Yeah.
Said it before. I don't think I'm going to see that till 72 or something ridiculous. So let's hope it comes sooner.
Right.
So what is the most? It's written down as what's the most pissed you've been during a D&D session, and did it end badly? So what's the most drunk you've been in a D&D session, and did it end badly? Not pissed as in angry, intoxicated.
Right. So to preface this,
Excellent. Yeah.
Ohio just made it legal for marijuana. Okay, so
Okay. Yes.
I don't like to smoke it because it hurts my lungs.
Sure.
But edibles are the way to go. Edibles are like fantastic, right? You take them like a half an hour later, you're happy.
You're done. Yeah.
So I did a little too much and tried to run a game. And it was a disaster. Like, I literally could not focus on the game.
Yeah.
And I would forget what people just told me. And I couldn't, because, my brain is on overdrive when I'm game mastering, right?
Yeah,
and I'm putting all these things together. All this stuff is happening right at the same time. Like, the rules, you got players making requests, and you're thinking, how can I mess those requests up, right? What devious things can I do to mess those requests up and turn the tails on the players, right? I like to have fun with the players, but I love my players and I love the heroes. I'm a friend of mine calls me #evil dungeon master, but like, I'm not really that evil, right? I just pretend to be evil, right?
Yeah, that's fine.
Behind the scenes, I'm like, yeah, get it, but none of that was working. Like, none of that whole computer brain was going on. It was just nothing was coming together. The rules were, what's a rule? I was just like, I was so embarrassed.
I love, excellent. That's brilliant.
So, I've never done that again.
How did everyone feel? How did everyone feel after the session? I mean, did you just abandon?
No, we did it because I started to get over it and I got better. I got slowly better.
Cool.
Session. But at the start, I was just like, what? I mean, I was just like, yeah, it was bad.
You've rolled
but they were good sports about it.
Yeah, good.
But
good.
I felt bad because I wasn't giving them the experience they deserve. But it was a home group, so it wasn't like I was at a convention and I screwed these people that paid their money to sit and play with me or whatever. it was just friends, so it was all right.
That's fine, isn't it? Yeah,
I made friends. I made it for it next session.
We got a great anecdote out of it, eh?
I did. And my wife, we were playing online, and my wife's sitting next to me, and she just keeps looking at me. She's like, "Oh my god,
oh god, this guy." Cool, excellent. Right, let's get another roll. Let's do it.
All right,
90. Top of the shop, because it's the last number in a bingo call, nothing past 90. So top of the shop. Ever borrowed something that you've never given back? So borrowed something and never given it back.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Let me get my list out.
And then you stash it somewhere or you use it and then you forget about it and then
Yep.
like a year later you find it like, oh crap.
Yeah.
You know, oh wait, they moved. You know. I guess it's mine now. I think it was a what's the thing where you put in the drain and you kind of crank it to clear out the drain? Oh, there's a name for it. I just totally drew a blank.
One of those.
Yeah.
I
Basically, you
think
stick it in the drain, you crank it, and it like clears out the drain.
Clears out the drain.
It's
one
like
of
a
those.
wire. Yeah. Whatever
That's
that is.
all right. They can pick up another one of those from somewhere.
Right.
You know, yeah, it's fine. Get it on Amazon. It'll be cheap, surely.
I think I still have it.
Let's get another roll. Let's do it.
All right. 46.
46, up to tricks. What's your earliest memory?
Oh, my earliest memory. I think my earliest memory might be that we were riding bikes with my dad, and my sister was racing us, and she got going too fast, and she wrecked her bike, like was trying to beat us home or whatever, and we lived down a hill. So she got really fast, and she cut her chin. And my dad came over to look at it. I'm behind him, and she's like, "Is I all right?" And like her flesh is like hanging down, like it's a big gash. And he's like, "Oh yeah, you're fine. Don't worry.
You're fine. Let's go home quickly now."
He didn't want her to like, oh, there's a huge gash. So the flesh is hanging down. So I go to the emergency room and all that. I remember this big hubbub and all that.
Gory first memory, but
traumatic first memory.
They're the ones that stay with you.
Exactly.
Definitely do. Cool. Let's get another roll in.
All right. 13.
13.
Yeah.
Lucky for some. I know what that's going to be already without even looking at it. I've already asked this question. Interesting to see what you will make of it. What is the armor class of a wedding cake? So what would the armor class of a wedding cake be in a TTRPG? I know it would depend on system.
Yeah, it
so
would.
Pick any system that you like, and we'll go with that.
The lowest, probably next to the lowest possible armor class.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Not the lowest, though, but next to.
Yeah. I think there should be something maybe less. But not much.
So. No, I would agree. Depends on how hard the icing is, really.
It is.
How long it's been left out.
Right.
I mean, there's factors to discuss.
Yeah, exactly. You gotta get the details in there.
Either way, it's pretty low.
All right, you see a wedding cake on the table. It looks like it's been left out a week. What do you do?
No. Excellent. Cool. Let's get. We're actually we've got 11 minutes left. Usually I call out half time when it gets to 15 minutes, but we got talking and I forgot. So 11 minutes left. Let's get another roll in.
All right. I got 66.
66. Clickety click. 66. What's your favourite sandwich filling? What's your go-to?
I like ham.
Just straight up ham?
Well, if it was like the whole sandwich, it'd be like a ham and cheese. That's probably my favorite.
Cool. Yeah, no, that would count. Do you have any condiments?
Then you can add any other, accoutrements to that.
Yeah,
like
absolutely.
Mayo,
ham and cheese. Noted. If I ever come to your neck of the woods and take you out for lunch, DM Scotty, ham and cheese it is.
We got it. We got it.
Cool. Let's get another roll in. Let's do it.
All right. A 12.
12. Number 12. 1 dozen. If offered the chance to live on Mars for 1 year, would you do it?
Probably not. If I was younger, I probably would.
Yeah.
But being older, probably not. No. But
Yeah.
I think that would be pretty cool. Yeah.
It would be pretty cool. But
Yeah, it would be pretty
space
cool.
travel, young man's game, yeah?
Yeah, it is. I feel it is. Yeah.
Yeah,
Or that kind
absolutely.
of endurance test. Yeah.
Cool. Okay, 10 minutes left. Let's get another roll in.
All right. Doing this. 94.
94.
Do we go that high?
We do go that high. We
Okay,
do.
but we're off the bingo chart, right?
So this is a good one. What's the best way to dispose of a body?
Oh. Well, not the way Jesse did it in Breaking Bad.
Definitely not. Definitely not.
But I would say, murder is messy.
Yeah.
It's very messy. I'd say the best way would probably be, well, I guess if there's no evidence, there's no body, no evidence, right? So dissolving the body in acid would, but what a can you imagine the stench and the mess and the
mess? You've got to get the acids.
Yeah. I mean burying it, but they can find it. They always seem to come up. So, but yeah, I think acid would be the way to go.
That would be Okay, yeah, no, I wouldn't disagree with that. I think acid completely dissolved. Then you've got to dispose of the acid somehow, but hey. 8 minutes 30. If I can get another roll in.
57.
57. 57? Mm-hmm. Heinz varieties. Heinz 57. Yeah. Popular here in the UK, beans on toast and so on. Okay, so favourite big bad that you've run in one of your games? So favourite big bad guy.
Oh, yeah. I think it's really cool when you don't plan on somebody being, like, it's kind of a disposable villain. Yeah. And they go against all odds and they survive, because I'm not, if the players defeat something, I'm not like this guy can't be defeated because it would mess up the plot, right? Yeah. I'm not one of those kind of game masters that if they do something, they do it. There's no hand of God coming in and saving the dude, because that's the worst thing you can do to players. But it can also go reverse, right? Where you don't plan, there's like a lieutenant or something. He doesn't plan on him surviving, but he does. The worst story was there was one of these guys like that, and he defeated the players, not killed them, but he got away. So they allied with somebody who was allied with the bad guy, and the bad guy found out about it, and he basically, they were hidden in the space. The players were all hidden in these boxes, and the bad guy caught up to this person that was helping them and tortured them or tortured the person in front of them. Right. And the guy had this huge entourage, so they couldn't just pop out. Right. It was very dangerous to just pop out. So then I had the guys, the woman had a secret. She had this mutant brother. Right. And he would hide on the grounds of this place that she inhabited. And he comes running up, and he's like, "Sister," and he's grabbing her, and hugging her because she's dying. Yeah. And they're stabbing him, the bad guys, his entourage are stabbing this guy, and he's screaming and wailing about his sister as he's dying, and the players are like, "Oh my God, this is horrible," So yeah, it was pretty dramatic, pretty traumatic moment.
Those traumatic memories, they obviously stuck with your players.
I guarantee they'll never forget that moment.
They won't forget that. Absolutely not. So he became the big bad. He became that horrible.
Well, for a while. They did defeat him eventually. Yeah, it was a lot of satisfaction, getting. But,
absolutely.
Someone who, a big bad who, you hear about the big bad like Sauron, right? He's just this nebulous thing. He's an eye. It literally is a nebula. He's an eye, right? Yeah. And he's, he's evil, But someone like this who personally does something, horrible to you or in front of you. Oh, he also killed their friend. He captured their friend. Yeah. He killed them too. So I was he's just this horrible guy, right? And to get revenge on that is so satisfying.
Yeah.
because in real life that doesn't happen, right? You don't
evil on that
often
human
get-
level,
Yeah.
and dishing out justice how you want it. Like,
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, that's what's so great about RPGs, that you can do that. You can, you can have those heroic moments that where in life you just don't. It's not that, in movies and movies and games it can be that way, but in life it just doesn't happen very
Absolutely.
often.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Excellent. That was great. That was great. Okay, so 4 minutes 20 seconds left. Let's get another roll in. Let's do it.
Yeah. 57. Did we do that one
57. Did we already have that? Let me check. We did. You've just rolled that. Let's roll again.
All right. 47.
47. Favorite race and why?
Favorite race. I'm kind of boring on that. I just like humans, right?
Yeah.
Because I don't know, we're all human, right? We understand that implicitly. But it can be. But I understand it's fun to imagine that you're something else. That's great fun. That you're some other race. But I just like human. I just like the generic human, because you immediately understand it, and there's just so much variety, right? I mean, a million things you can do.
Oh, absolutely.
And sometimes with other races, you might feel pigeonholed into like some lore about that race, But where a human, you don't necessarily, because they leave it pretty much open.
Yeah.
That's my boring answer.
I don't think it's that boring. I think it makes a lot of sense. Don't put yourself down, DM Scotty. Come on. So 2 minutes, 38 seconds.
Oh, we're getting close. Oh, so close. 89.
89, nearly there. What's the biggest mistake new GMs make?
The biggest mistake that I think GMs make is pacing.
Okay.
Pacing in a game is very hard to do, especially for new game masters, because you want to let the players have that time to RP, but they can, sometimes they get into it a little too much.
Yep.
And they destroy the pacing of the game, right? And you're losing focus and all that stuff. And the other players are starting to get bored. So you want to keep the game moving. It's like a shark. I always want to keep the game moving forward. I want to get to that point where, I'm not stealing somebody's thunder, but I'm getting the game moving, right? And if I have to, I'll throw something in at the player just to get them to, oh, you notice this, right? That's a great one. This shows up. That's a classic. Oh, this shows up. But I like to oh, you think of something or you notice something. That way it distracts them from the pontificating. The character just wants to pontificate, right?
Absolutely. That's great. Oh, the amount of conversations I've had about that, DM Scotty, I tell you. Fantastic. So we have 1 minute and 10 seconds.
Oh,
let's go.
Down to the wire.
Yeah.
27.
27. Gateway to heaven. What monsters don't get enough love from GMs?
Yeah, underused monsters. That's a hard one.
That is a hard one, isn't it?
Of course, the tabletop RPG one is the one that pumps me up, right?
Yeah.
What monsters? I mean, goblins are kind of overused, right? It's kind of the reverse problem of goblins. And it's kind of hard to answer because there's so many monsters, right?
There's so many.
Like in a game like D&D, like every week there's there's like, oh, this book of monsters with 200-300 monsters. Like, how do you pick? Okay, all the monsters in that book.
Yeah, everyone that's not a goblin,
right,
or a bandit or cultist.
Right. My thing is to skin the old things new ways, which I like to do. Right, skin them new ways and unexpected ways. That's almost more fun than having a unique monster, right?
Yeah.
I like the unique monsters to be tied to the storyline, right? Not, oh, I'm going to surprise you with the Moogly Mook or whatever, and you've never seen this before, and it does things, but like, what if the Moogly Mook, is tied to the story where, someone accidentally summoned it, and now it's running rampant, across the kingdom, and what do we do? Something like that is way better than just like, this monster I got from...
It's there.
16th book of monsters that I have on my shelf, right?
Yeah. Excellent. That is us done today, DM Scotty. That was brilliant. That was so much fun. That was fantastic.
Well,
I'll be
you. I had a
honest,
great time.
not a lot of hobby-related questions in there, but
We got a few in there. We got
a few in there for the fans out there that love that. We do have one more bonus question that I ask.
Ooh.
Yeah, free question. What are you up to? What have you been up to? We obviously touched on Easy D6. Anything else you'd like to share with us today?
Oh, yeah. Well, I have been crafting like a maniac for Green Dragon Fest.
Yes.
And I've, other people have been posting their stuff on the, we have like a Discord and other people have posted.
Yeah.
Mine is all secret. It's all secret. I'm not telling anything about the adventure. I'm not telling anything about my terrain. It's a secret. It's a secret mission.
Keeping it on that down low. I love it. Yes. Keep them guessing.
I want them to be able to see the reveal. Here's the reveal of the stuff. So
brilliant. Well, thank you again today. It's been an absolute pleasure speaking with you.
So much fun. So much fun.
So good. So much fun. Thank you very much, and have a good evening.
Hey, everybody. Take care. Thanks for joining.